1-4, that's Valraven. Number 3-2, Addie. 3-3, Daisy Toots. Number 3-4, Taco Bella. 3-3-3, Payne Goodall. 4-2-0, Mary Jane. 7-7-3, Valorticia. 7-1-3, Elle Wounds. 8-1-5, Another Level. 9-3, Zachary Gates. And 8-2-5, Sergeant Steele. On the bench, we have Grace Barrington, Chris Cross, Tricky Dixie,
Hey!
Salty Beach.
Hey! First 5 minutes.
We are looking forward to a very intense, exciting first game of the WCR OT season. And again, this is a 30-minute game, so I'm imagining we're going to see some quick movements, some strategic playing right from the get-go. I'm hoping those players come out with some intensity. Right, Pat?
Just like Crash is saying, I am expecting some fast, hard-hitting derby tonight. We want to get the most out of 30 minutes. These teams have been practicing so hard. So let's give them a warm round of applause as we're getting ready to start tonight.
Now, to catch you up from last season, we had the IEP Cup. Now, this is a big game at UIC, so a little bit different this year as we have the Wana Rumble Cup in January. So we'll have a 3-tournament series this year. This game are in December 20th, and then January 12th for the Wana 11th. I'm 17th. I'm so sorry, folks. The 17th is the Wana Rumble. So you can be with us for all 3 games and actually purchase a season pass and save a couple bucks and watch Derby all through the winter months.
All right, with that, we're getting ready for our first jamming evening. Jamming 4, double crossers with the Morticia wearing the star, and we have lower Eclipse with
Bad boys,
those
bad
bells
bad,
with
but
the
you gotta be superpower.
Let's see how they do.
We have Morticia going through the scene, getting the lead right from the get-go. Roller Eclipse trying to find that out as Morticia rounds the bend. Roller Eclipse finally breaking out of that initial, putting the star back on the field. We had that first jam with the double crosser scoring some points. And this year we get to play for and hold that ranking position at 4. So this year, starting in February, they will start training and then go to the WIFTA Championships. They're in a couple different locations throughout the U.S. There's even a location in Canada. And there might even be the potential to have our second wind team there as well. That's just how good Windy City is. So that's why we have our little 30-minute games this season. We have a short-term home team season to accommodate the WIFTA Championships.
And with that, we're hopping back into Derby. Here we go with our second chair of the evening.
We saw a nice offense there from Hedonic. Both jammers have yet to make it out of the pack.
Really strong defense to start this second jam.
Both trying for that outside line, have not gained access. Those tripods are working overtime with those laterals.
Great tripod work in the front from those guys across the circles. Also holding Maserati on that.
You can see that tripod there is made up of 2 butts and then a brace is what we call them to hold that jammer in place.
And we have Julia Jane on the lead right now. Let's see if she's able to put up some points for the house.
Now during Derby, that first lap is when jammers hear the initial. They score 0 points in that first lap, and they don't start scoring points until that second lap through that track. We see that QB has re-entered the game, but another teammate, Hedonic, is heading to the penalty box. And Julia Jane there is that tight tripod from the double crossers. We find a penalty from Julia Jane. So now we have a power jam situation. This is really fun, folks, because there's only now 1 jammer on the track. So the double crossers can help their jammer quickly work out and clear that in.
You see the double crosses along that start pass. Aaron is now the jammer of record in this jam.
And what just happened there was Maserati was our jammer that passed the star to the minute, Addie, number 32. Addie broke out the initial, and it looks like was able to scoop up 3 points in that star pass. It's really awesome. Picking up some points for the double crossers there. We start jam 3 with 2 Hell's Bells in the penalty box, leaving only 2 blockers on the track, and then our jammer number 50. Energizer Bunny is stuck behind a double crosser tripod. Well, Daisy Dukes has cleared her initial and is rounding the bend looking to score some points. There she goes on the outside line, folks. Incredible.
Really strong work there in the apex. It's more track to cover. So super important that our tripods are set up ready to go.
Daisy Dukes has scored another 4 points. And it looks like there will
Again, a start pass on the Hell's Bells. Yeah, so Chiquita now jamming for the Bells.
Daisy has scored again another 4 points, passing those blockers. Every time we pass a blocker, Chiquita almost clearing their initial, however got hit out by Val Raven and has to recycle all the way back to where Val Raven was because you have to enter behind those previous blockers. Chiquita takes the outside line and is able, is back at by Val Raven. Daisy is still doing laps and is and the Bells were able to sneak 1 point in there at the end. We will start Jam 4 with number 11, Clam Slam for the Double Crossers, and number 2-6, Ray for the Hells Bells. Ray goes on the inside line and is met with Kenny B. Dreadful. Might be able to clear that initial really quickly. Great job by Ray. Clam Slam is swept back and had to recycle. Ray is entering that tripod met by really tough blockers. We've got Ajax and Monty. But Ray was able to sneak speedily by on that inside line.
Nice to put yourself in Clam Slam in the back of the pack and really strong defense for goals to keep you in.
That was a strong hit by QB there, folks.
And we have a swap pass for the double crosser. That's such a steal goal for the Star in the formation.
And we'd love to see Surgical Steel out there. This is their very first season as a double crosser. Welcome to Windy City, Surgical Steel.
All right, we've got Julia Jen and Rebel Tisha on the line. Rebel Tisha breaking out the back, getting the lead to the double crossers. That's why I still holding Julia Jen in the back. So pretty good hold so far. Nice touch on the great lateral work there by the double crossers. You know, something to the center another level back. She's been some bridging, right? Standing on the pass, so we're going to be putting on that chain. So Julia Jen is out, and then Tisha is following her. Following the jam to prevent the first balls from picking up 3 points.
A quick announcement. We have lost a phone. If someone is currently missing a phone, it is up with security right now. It is a phone with a black outer box case. So if you've lost your phone in the last couple of minutes, check with security. It should be there.
On the line, we've got Maserati for the double crossers, and Roller Eclipse for the balance.
We'll see Volti recycle back Maserati. Turning a little bit more of a harder time there. Getting pushed out on the outside line. Roller Eclipse also pushed out on the outside line and will have to recycle back by Surgical Steel. Maserati pushing against that tripod. Trying to go for that outside. Not finding success on the outside line. There we go. Through the seam. Nice job. Roller Eclipse has not beat their initial yet, but is, that looks like a successful start pass by the Hells Bells.
And that's Fresno taking the start for the balance. Just getting a little bit of help from Bro. We're working on that tripod. Really strong holds from both defenses tonight. It's been really grinding dirty.
Maserati is ready to re-enter that pack to score an additional 4 more points. And we do have Fuzz heading to the penalty box right now. Fuzz does have that star in her hand, so that means that the Hells Bells at this time are unable to score points because there is no official trainer on the track. Maserati has inexplicably called off the jam. Well, the Hells Bells driver is still in the box, giving the double crossers a slight advantage heading into the next jam. It sounds like the Hells Bells are calling a quick timeout. And as a reminder, during these 30-minute games, each team is only allocated 1 timeout during this entire 30 minutes. So that jammers falling outside of the track engagement zone and having to get recycled back.
And you're seeing our blockers do a great job of lining up that defense when one is recycling their jammer, so they're ready to catch that jammer as they begin their pass. Really smart work by both teams so far. They're using the clock really well. And we're just seeing some strong defense.
Yeah, I really love to see maybe some more jammers going through the middle of the sea. I know that sometimes is less effective, but it would be a fun experiment.
Well, let's see. We've got Daisy Dukes on the power start for the double crossers. Using snap defense there and Project blocker.
We see QB re-entering the pack after receiving serving her penalty time for 10. And then Buzzkill is not back on the track as well, ready to be a jammer and score some points for the Hells Bells. Buzzkill coming in hard for that inside seam, getting pushed out on that outside line. It does sound like there was a penalty. Addie from double crossers heading to the penalty box right now, but Buzz pushing it through.
Great on your pass.
Easy sweeping down the outside on being met by QB with that strong defense getting pushed out. And you can see the Hells Bells running back.
And that's supposed to fall off the jam.
Very intense jam there for a second. Jam 9 will start with Taco Bella, number 3-4. Jamming for the double crossers alongside Dom Tree for number 3-1-0 for the Hells Bells. And last time we saw these jammers up there, we saw Taco Bella with lead, and maybe that will be a different story this time around. Don Draper scoring lead this time, having to run around that track as quick as possible, getting ready to score some points. Don, Don trying for that inside line was able to break through a couple of the crossers. But unfortunately was met with a back block and is now headed to the penalty box to serve a 30-second timeout.
So we've got the double crossers on a 2-minute finish here. We've got the blocker and the jammers in the bells. Let's see what the crossers can do.
Bella getting pushed out on the inside line, having to go back to meet QB. During this power jam, we expect to see a couple more offensive plays by the double crossers. Here we see them holding the blockers down to that Bella and stay on the outside.
Surgical seal picked up a little bit of a penalty on the block. It was effective, but it got three.
It looks like all of the Hells Bells are returning to the track to help their teammate. Dom going, sweeping on the outside line, trying to stay by, was met by Monty with an incredible hit. Addie holding them strong.
Mark 825 done.
Great lateral movement. Surgical seal back on the track. Penalty box is now empty. Taco Bella looking to engage.
All right. And with that, we're going to see our team switch benches. That'll be our brief intermission. 888 and 1-877 cats protect our citizens on the track, as well as keeping our newsletters certified by the state.
We also want to give a huge shout out to our officials. We could not have the game without our officials at all. Our officials here today are Krios Macca Jones, Brady Save 10, Malice in Wonderland, Whiskey Throttle, Huntrax Free, Chiefs, Tyrion Lancicor, Bree, Gigawatt, Illinois, LP, Ice Curtain, Chicken Bay, Laddie, and Jackie Jerk Park. Give a huge round of applause to our officials and our non-skating officials. We could not do this without them. And we have a lot of new officials out there as well. Might be the first time that you might see an official be an official of this capacity. So it's a time for learning for everyone. Would you say so, Kat?
Especially when we're looking tonight, I'm going to fill in and learn so much from Crash. She's doing a great job, so make sure you say hi to her a little bit of team member, leading the Nancy team. We're grateful to be here with you, and to all of our volunteers who put on this great show for you.
It takes a village, as they say, to put on a derby game. Some people have been here since 3 p.m. setting up, preparing all of the materials, bringing it over from our practice spaces here. So much is involved in putting on a game, so we really want to say thank you for being here, for supporting Windy City, and for enjoying the sport that we all love so much. So round of applause to everyone here.
And with that, we're going to start our routine.
Going around, taking the inside line, going back because they stepped out of play. Morticia coming in, going around, falling, getting back up. Excellent. Mortica's breaking out of that pack, scoring 4 points in the process. Morticia calling on the jam on that one. And we'll see 185 Maserati and 4-1 Joliet Jane back on that track to face off one more time. Maserati going for that inside line, pushing off with that 1 foot. We've got Joliet Jane there struggling in that tripod, going a lot of around motions. And that's a really awesome thing about that kid. You might never expect them to get a star during the game, and then what do you know? Surprise! There you go, correct direction, resulting in 0 penalties. That's what we would like to see, folks. 0 penalties.
Really tight back here in the turn.
Taco Bella taking us on the outside lane to have to get recycled like that by me. Instead, calling on the jam. That was a tough one there. And you can see, I feel like there is a nuance in the second half, even though it was only brief intermission. We've seen a couple more jams, maybe longer duration, resulting in more intense playing style. Morticia playing some defense there from the Sodas Jammer. Great flip. We've got a lead jam situation going on for the double crossers. Morticia rounding the bend, ready to enter the path. Swinging high, beautiful apex jump. Running around, trying to catch up on Morticia. Got some collision there on the track with a lot of fast movement. Ray sweeping by Frank. Blockers. Morticia's on it. Next year we'll see Maserati 28.5 and Don Draper 310. Here we'll see that the house bells are taking the top with their tripod. Maserati having to meet them on their app, taking the inside line. Stepping back for a second. And cutting the track. Dom is still out there going for the outside line. And has cleared the path.
Now let's see how the double crossers play this. They have Dom Draper coming around. Their jammer is in the penalty box. Let's see what their defense is going to do.
It looks like they're what they call grabbing a goat. So they're reaching or trying to take one blocker away and holding them so that way the other so that way they cannot form an effective child.
25 done.
Don Draper comes.
Now Ray can do it on another level. One time if you're trying to jam with them close to it.
Maserati's 30 seconds are over and has resumed playing. Maserati going for that outside line using their toe stops and are through the pack, clearing their initial. They've not scored any points yet until they have run to defend and make passes across those blockers. However, that's not what. However, Dom is going to continue racing around the track, ready to re-engage. Maserati breaking clear that pack, scoring 4 points. Her first 4 points of this jam.
We have Raven recycling down to the back. Nice hit there by Raven, but Dom staying on her toes. Looks like she was fighting through that and through that line of double crosser blockers at the top.
Don Draper breaking through. So is Maserati. Maserati's catching off. Big smile off her face as she rounds the bend. Our next jam is study number 11, Alex Slim. For the double crossers versus 838 Roller Eclipse for the Hells Bells. Give it up for the Hells Bells, everyone. Woo-woo! Land slam, trying for that inside line, was not successful. Still going around, was met with casserole and a tight Bells defense. We see Roller Eclipse there at the end, breaking free. Excellent job, playing in the position of leading the jammer.
And we had a start pass over there on the They are jockeying a little bit for position. Let's see who ends up winning. Sometimes we have a little bit of a jammer on jammer to start. Looks like Julia James on the outside. Daisy Dukes trying to scoop around on the lid. Caught by. That was Rabbit Steve.
And both of the jammers really use speed to their advantage. So I'd like to see how they can outspeed one another. It looks like JJ Joliet James heading to the penalty box. He's going to sit for 30 seconds, allowing the double crossers time alone on the track to score some points.
That helps Bill's defense not to throw a really strong drive out there. We have Black Eyed Peas. Really nice result there on the right side.
We had a full penalty box there for a second. We had two crosser blockers and the jammer for Houseballs and a blocker in there as well. And every time you enter the track again after a penalty, it has to be at least 20 feet away from the engagement zone. JJ has cleared their initial, allowing them to score points, but it sounds like that was a two-minute. So when you hear that whistle 4 times in that sharp burst, that means the jammer's over 2 minutes has surpassed. So we ran out of time there to see our derby.
But that's okay, because here comes our next back. Out there for the double crosses, you've got Taco Bell number 3-4, and for the Bells, number 3, number 2-6. Looks like they're having a little attack. Let's see if they're going to do this through.
Taco going through, hitting that pack, getting pushed out on the in, while Ray is swerving their way around. Also pushing back on the in. Taco Bell
Breaking through with a lot of really tough pushing on that noise tripod on the Bells. They've been so strong. Able to stay in after taking that big hit. Bell is still on the move, coming back onto the track is grabbing tees from the Bells, and they're moving closer to first one.
Taco Bell entering pristine as possible. So we're gonna stay on the carpeted zone with our gym shoes, our dirty gym shoes. And the skaters will come to you for a big high five at the end. We want to make sure everyone's enthusiastic. It looks like we have a final score for that first game. The Double Crossers claiming the win with 113 to 68 from the House Bells. Give it up for the House Bells of the Double Crossers! We will only have one MVP from each team. So normally we have one blocker MVP, very best blocker, and one MVJ, very best hammer. But instead, we will have just one player from both teams for the MVP. They will be announced. It looks like we are getting it for now. Our teams are congratulating each other, and we want to give our big congratulations to our MVP from the House Bells. Give it up for Shakira! Shakira to bounce if they need a warm up, but they should be pretty warm. You want them to stay loose. You don't want them to get cold right now. For athletes. And if you're wondering how you can get involved with Windy City, there's lots of volunteer options and opportunities as we've talked about. This team is done and built on volunteers. If you are wondering how you can help volunteer, get involved. Check out our Get Involved table. Vendetta will tell you all about it and different ways to join the league. We're all looking for skating and non-skating officials, volunteers in any capacity, and of course, street team members. Like I mentioned earlier, this is not our only game of the season, folks. We've got this game in December, and another Ronald Rumble Cup, our first ever Ronald Rumble Cup, happening in January. So we need volunteers for all of those. If you're thinking, you know what, I love this sport, I know someone who loves this sport, I want to help, I want to assist in any way possible, let us know. Email us. We're happy to get you involved.
And for everything like Crash and I, it's as much about giving back as about getting the praise. Because we see all the action right now in our lives, and so do you on our volunteer team. Right now, you're going to interact with their on-stage someone who's going to make your game. Still your kids when you crash wins. Grab yourself a sweet or salty treat for those of our friends at Crash Table.
Is made up of the following members. If you're a skater, give them a shout out. On the Fury for white, we have number 101 at Make Me. Number 111 Firecracker. 13 Hannah Lasher. 14 Flow Rider. 192 Bad Asset. Number 4 Raspberry Jam. Number 444 Glenn Coco. Number 415 Animal Lee.
Only one game and it was at like 55.
58 Killa Queen.
We have two.
610
That
and
was
the
pretty
Pain.
good. So it could.
Number 64 Bree.
For a while.
Number 651 Big Bad Wolfie. Number 69 Dementa Beating. Number 76 Vigilante. Number 900 Gale 9000. 921 Kicks from Hell. And number 975 Ginny Weezy.
We'll probably take a look at it
For the
next
Fury
week just to see
players.
if it's good or not.
And coaching Team Fury is Ben Hurt, Coach Jay, and AK. Give it up for our coaches as well.
No, I think that might be the. It is this. Yeah, most likely.
I don't know if it could actually.
Yeah.
No, it looks like this.
Oh, there.
Some of our skaters are already thinking about
I don't want to mess with
No,
it.
no.
I
was curious.
Yeah.
Sponsors really go out there and how many of you can now let us activate skates throughout the year, especially for real league? Yeah, I thought so. Well, radial therapeutic massage is here to change that. They don't just rub the surface, they dig deep, addressing the root cause of discomfort, chronic pain, and limited range of motion from those old sports injuries. With the targeted relief you need, radial therapeutic massage. Because your body deserves to what it's best.
Have you ever had a massage? Catch your arm massage people?
I have been fortunate enough to visit a massage table after one of our Thursday night scrimmages, and those are what as Kiki can tell you, that's when I really get my go
Derby is an intense sport. We actually have a channel in our Slack called Bruise Clues, and that is all of the bruises that we have accumulated during our time playing.
No shortage of material there for the recipients and among us to post and react to one of those derby kisses, as we like to call them. Derby, your favorite ways to look like you've had a bad time.
And those derby kisses that Kat is talking about, they're not huggy romantic kisses. They are actually bruises that you get from holding your player too hard. They are bruises the size of about a fingertip or a finger, and they're typically on an arm, an upper arm, bicep area, and it's from those thumbs holding on so tightly. You don't want to let your buddy go. You give them a little derby kiss, and that is a black and blue mark on their arm. We call those derby kisses because we love our teammates so much.
We do, and we love a strong tripod. So part of the balance when you're blocking is making sure, yes, you're close to your fellow blockers, you want a nice tight tripod, but also you want to be able to drop those arms really quickly and move them out of it. Right? So you're always trying to play that balance of how do I stay locked in with my team while still making sure everybody has the spacing to really cover the drop. And you're seeing a little bit in the Heroes runners right now.
That's a really good point, Kat. Is during derby, we've got a couple different skills that our blockers will be working on. They work on what we call laterals. It's moving from lane 1 inside of the track to lane 4. We'll do this by sliding openly on those wheels, like we just saw Purdy do to get to those spots. And we'll open up one leg and then stop with another at the same time, trying to prevent that jammer movement by getting in front of them. Blocker's main goal is to get in front of the jammer and prevent their forward movement.
And with that, we have the Hells Bells retaking the track to keep themselves warm. Let's go part one of the game two for the Hells Bells. On the track to get the balls in game two, number 128, number 1302, Rapid Tees, number 15, Black Eyed Bean, numbers 1519 and Hedonic, 1967, Jervon Queen, number 26, Ray, number 3, Jam and Toast, number 310, Don Draper, number 35, Buzz Gill, 375, Casserole, 41, Diva Down, 444, Dicula, 50, Energizer Bunny, 600, High Voltage, 606, Gordita, number 642, Code Green, number 718, Betty Rage, 838, Rolling Phillips, 87, Shakira, and 965,
We see Animal breaking through that pack, scoring the first 4 points for the Fury. There was a start pass by the Hells Bells that went to QB or QB. QB has put on the start ready to score some points. Looks like it was successful in scoring 4 points for the Bells there at the end. Excellent job, QB.
Get out of the box,
We
please.
start jam 2 with Big Bad Wolfie as jammer for the Fury. And number 41, Julia Jane for the Hells Bells.
You can use your inside voice, Pat.
Wolfie taking that outside line, sweeping through, and breaking free clean of those house bells. Scoring 4 points, her first 4 points for the Fury.
And then a start pass there for the girls. Black Eyed being now the jammer of record, making tracks to come around and catch that jammer.
Wolfie did have to step out because they scored a penalty. Wolfie is heading to the penalty box. Her first penalty of the game. As a reminder, players can only score or only have 4 penalties during the game, and those refresh for the 30 minutes. So any House Bells players who scored penalties in that first game that they played do not matter for this. They start fresh.
And that penalty time will be needing some time to collect points for the Bells here. We're holding in the back right now, that third pack is holding, and we're seeing the Bells starting to set up some defense to get that goal over so we get Black Eyed being out of the pack. No luck so far.
Black Eyed being met by Pat and Annie. Well, Wolfie takes the inside line and is able to score some points for her team. When a jammer re-enters the track after scoring a penalty, they are able to score points right away as long as it is not their initial pass. Black Eyed Bean going around the track, taking the outside line and sweeping by. Excellent job for Black Eyed Bean. Sweeping up another 4 points. Now with this new style of play, with the 30 minutes, we see the House Bells returning to the track. Now they already have one game under their belt. They've been on the track, they've got a little sweat on them, they've got a little maybe emotion and adrenaline running through their veins. They've seen a game. So this might add to their playing style. What do you think, Kat?
Nice to be warmed up, and the Bells are certainly warm going into this game with the 30. However, we know sometimes depends on how the game is going. That can be a benefit or it can be a liability. Let's see how the Bells respond as they're going into this second game.
We see Dom Draper getting pushed out by Flo Ryder. Dom trying again, meeting that tight try cut by the Fury. getting 4 points in that process. Down home, the Jammer for Raspberry Jam can re-enter the engagement zone, protecting her point of 2 in that final lap, and adding to the Bell's score of making it 22. We do have a timeout on the track.
I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 12 feet.
Give our teams just a quick chance to take a breath and reset themselves.
Depending on what happens.
Check in. With that, we want to just call out one of our phenomenal sponsors, Catcher's Law. Catcher's Law is located buyers and sellers from hundreds of closings
When you
and
are
practices real estate law with passion. Catcher's is the back from your
Thank you, Catcher's Law. We've seen a lot of fast derbies so far in this game too. What are you thinking, Kat?
So interesting how every one of these games was in very different play styles. I think the first we saw that we were running control fouls and forcing digging in, using those edges to eliminate movement. And in the second game so far, we're seeing speed being much bigger factor. So really choosing our jammers, trying to play with the lines and forcing blockers to adjust on the fly. I'll be interested to see if that carries on because as you know, the more we're going to make quick adjustments and blockers, sometimes a little more quickly.
Yes. I think too we've seen in this game some more speed like I mentioned, and maybe more jammer action in the middle. So instead of being pushed to the outside line because we're not creating those strong drive-bys that we saw in our first game, where jammers are getting pushed to the outside, we're instead seeing jammers breaking through the middle, creating that fast, dirty element.
you have a game next.
Sometimes all is those jammers spinning, right? Those pads are a little mixed up. So those jammers are just going to kind of maneuver on folks from each team to get through the pack as quickly as possible. They want to keep moving and allow their blockers to go ahead and set up on the opposing jam. So you can be aware of when you see that jammer coming around in their head, they're planning over there. Are they going to just be waiting for that fast break? Or are they going to have their defense set up and help them create a pack?
Yeah, and I'd like to see in the next, or during this half, maybe some more of that defense. That defense might help slow the game down just a little bit as well. And this means that our blockers will be working together a little bit more, maybe creating less chaos on the track, easier to counter. But we've seen some exciting derbies so far, so I'm happy either way.
I mean, I'm a big believer that any day on sports is a good day, and any day of watching derby is not a better one. So we got a good one so far, folks. Thank you so much for being with us. Go back and give out some big cheers. We're excited to see these teams retake the track. We're so grateful to you for being here.
Who's excited to see some derby?
I've already been yelled at.
And what did we think from the first game, folks? Did we like it? Yeah! That's what I like to hear. I really want to thank our officials for this game as well. Our officials for this game are Tyrion Lansicor, Cheeks, Tricky Pixie, Harry Jane, Salty Beach, Whiskey Throttle, Brady St. tortillas, daily top-notch whiskey selection, and Dan Fine margaritas. Thank you, Dick Star Mexican Restaurant, for being one of our proud Windy City sponsors. I love a good margarita. How do you feel about margaritas, Kat?
You know, I'm gonna say I feel positive. I feel very positive about margarita. And I will say, we are big fans of tacos here. We think that is the official after practice snack. It's a roll of cuisine.
Yes, yes. We should go to margarita flavor.
Looking salty right now. Animal recycling her right over top of the chain.
Animal is playing some strategic derby here. One could say Betty Region having to go back to play. It looks like.
Mabel is excited to jump back on the back. So she's been around the whole region and through.
Has a lot of experience playing derby more often as a blocker. So it's interesting to see her as a jogger this season, and I think has a couple tricks up her sleeve, similar to the Chicago Bears.
And Mabel has to remember Betty is getting a good fight to that fury pack in the back, using some really wonderful juke and keeping them on their toes, not allowing them to get set.
Tomato Fury clearing the path there for Animal to skate by. Well, Asset gets to the penalty box. Animal stepping out there briefly, but coming back in behind the help of Rockets. Betty Lynch clearing her initial, ready to start scoring some points. However, it sounds like Animal has pulled off the jam. We do have an official review on the track called by the Fury. As a reminder, each team only gets one official review per game. This is the first and final official review of the Fury. During an official review, what will happen is the officials will collaborate on the play in question. The captain can come in addition to the coach. One captain and one coach per team. In addition to all non-seated officials can join the track as well to collaborate during this time and to talk and review the play.
And again, this is normal because each team gets one official review during the short game. So the Fury have said, hey, this is your using our official review on. Let's see if it works out for them.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of game left. So this is kind of an interesting move by the Fury. They've got 4 minutes left of this half in addition to another 15 minutes in that second half. So it'll be interesting to determine the outcome of this. How are we enjoying the reef? Are we liking it so far? Woo! Yes! It seems like the players are doing very well. I'm seeing some strong stops there. Skaters can use multiple different stops on the track. My favorite is the plow. I feel like it is the most powerful stop. Because these stops are not very good.
Yes, yeah. Our practice, I won't even talk about practice. We are so grateful that Rainy is beautiful floor. It is such a gift to get to see. And actually, but one of the
ready to go right down and was able to successfully perform some offense, clearing the path for Animal to score 4 points. Looks like they were executing the same thing and it worked again. Fury with another 4 points. We have Don Draper re-entering the trap. And Don Draper is met with one less Fury player as the MVP in the penalty box. So this should be a key moment for Don to score some additional points. In the first half, we saw a lot of different offenses, which is okay because the players still stayed sharp. They were on their toes the whole 15 minutes, ready to play, getting that action in despite the technical difficulties, that official review, and we're ready to play for that whole 15-minute period. We now see our intermission where our teams are happily supporting one another, cheering one another on. Because ultimately we are all one big community team. We play together in our all-stars, our second wing teams, third post teams. We are each other's teammates. We are each other's teachers, are each other's coaches, mentors, colleagues. We practice together, we sweat together, we stink and smell together, and ultimately we are one big city. So it's a great experience playing home teams, playing against some maybe upperclassmen, some all-stars or second win, and gaining some additional experience, going up against maybe some harder folks, and giving their newer developer team some chance to play against each other and work on those skills that they've been working on during all their practices. In total, you might be wondering, how often do we practice? How often are we doing this sport? It is sometimes over 4 hours every week. So each home team has one designated practice day. This can either be a Monday or a Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we have our fabulous all-type skating activities, so anyone is able to participate. And then on Thursday is scrimmage night. Maybe the funnest night of the week, one would argue. It's where we get to play against each other's teams in a lesser competitive way than we're playing right now, but to the same intensity. So every Thursday we have our scrimmages, and it's a chance for players to work on those skills, start forming the lines that you see here today. So each line is made up of the 4 blockers, one of those being a pivot and a jammer, and they start to work together and build those connections, work on what they need to work on during those scrimmage times on Thursdays. If you ever want to come check out a scrimmage or maybe learn how to NSO or officiate, scrimmaging is a perfect place to do that. We encourage all volunteers to come out and try something new with us, and Thursday scrimmage would be a great place to do that. If you are looking for a beautiful pin, if you're lost a pin, the pin has a medical cross on it. If you are missing a pin, we have it at the announcer table. Come by. It's a small pin, it fits in my thumb. But if you're missing it, you can find me. I have it safely tucked away. It looks like we are almost ready to start our second half. The second half will be 15 minutes. During those 15 minutes, any penalties that the players occur during that half will carry over. As a reminder, each player can only have 4 penalties during a 30-minute game. To start the second half, we'll see Boulder Eclipse number 838 for the House Bells. Give it up for the House Bells. whistle starts the game for the second half. We see both Dreamers trying to go through the middle, not having any success. Roller Eclipse going for that inside, making her way through the middle, needing Weezy and Pat, the dynamic duo right there, but was able to break free. Roller Eclipse has declared a lead jammer. Lead jammer gives you that ability to call off the jam at any time. This is crucial and can be used very strategically during the game. Big Wild Wolfie has cleared their initial and is breaking free, going around the track, but there was a star pass. Interesting scenario considering Roller Eclipse had lead jam. Now that jammer is QB. QB has put on that star helmet. Scoring points. Yes, scoring points for the House Bells. Amazing to see QB as jammer. I think this is their first time I've seen them as jammer. This is amazing. Wow, that outside line. Amazing job. We'll be finding that same path successful. They're chasing each other around. Right now, the penalty box is empty. We've got 5-on-5 right now. QB going for that inside line, meeting some Fury blockers.
And then a referee said, go to the box.
Sounds like there was a penalty, leaving one less bell blocker on the track. However, a lot of chaos right now. We've got Wolfie still trying to push through. QB still trying to push through. Wolfie able to score 4 points in the process. QB though playing. Looks like they're ready for some dirty defense. But sounds like the jam was ended before that could happen.
Your job is to stay on the right. And everyone be on the right side. Okay.
We will start Jam 2 of the second half with Raspberry Jam and Bunny. Our score rate is 96 for the Fury and 48 for the House Bells. Raspberry Jam looking to break that seam of Bang and the pivot. I don't have eyes on. However, Bunny going through the inside line, fabulous speed skating right there. Ready to race around the track, ready to meet that Fury tripod, trying for that inside seam. Bam is not letting her have it though, and instead, Bells are pulling off the jam. Bells earning 1 point in that process. Jam 3 is starting with Animal Lee and Dom Draper. Animal doing some quick defense there. two other Fury players, or one other player from Fury in the box. Dom has decided to call off the jam. Again, almost a reverse situation from the Fury. We just saw Spider.
Yep, flipped it over. The Fury had a power jam to start, now the Bells have a power jam to start. But Betty, watch the track, don't look at me. And as Betty Brady is jamming for the Hells Bells, they cleared on half century.
And for anyone wondering who this handsome man next to me is, this is Spider! Remember Spider!
Everybody focus on the game. Game's happening.
We've got Coco furiously coming back out after being in the penalty box, needing a very strong Hells Bells tripod. However, it looks like there was a penalty on Black Eyed Bean. Did it clockwise. This is a clockwise, folks. Did it clockwise and was in the penalty box record.
Betty Brady smartly there. Fury had the jam out in front, but did not have lead. They called on the jam score. The score holds exactly where it is. Like to thank AAA Helmets 1 in 7 kilo pads, the exclusive protective gear of the Windy City Rollers. AAA 1 in 7 kilo pads protect our skaters on the track as well as keeping our new skaters safe in our learn to skate classes. Take it away, Fran.
We have Raspberry Jam facing up against Ray in this 6 situation. Neither Jam are able to successfully score a lead right now. Oh, I spoke too soon. Here we have Ray clearing her initial. Black Eyed Bean is retreating after serving her penalty. And Pat also entering the track after serving her penalty as well. We've got an empty and almost empty penalty box.
Once blocked by Clearmate, forcing Raspberry Jam to recycle and giving more time for Mays to get through the pack for 4 points from the trailing side.
It was a great hit we saw by Black Eyed Bean, forcing Raspberry Jam to that outside line and then having to recycle it back. You see that distance that a skater has to go. It's really frustrating sometimes being a gym because you get through, get it knocked down, and then you gotta go all down to that additional 20 feet from the pack. Very frustrating.
Back in the days of the point of no return line, I always told the skaters to kick the jam around just after, so they have to make that long strip around for the penalty box. Now you're just trying to catch them right at the end of that 20 feet and then stretch the pack back out. So similar strategy, but a different era of play.
I would not just get over there. It looks like White Jammer is lead and Animal is lead, but JJ is in front. This will make an interesting derby scenario. We see the pack racing to try to protect their point, a little bit of a tumble.
Of note, though, the Bells on a bit of a run here. They've gotten the lead jammer 2 of the past 3 times out, and they've been able to at least hold the Fury in the kind of stable position while they position themselves to make a late half run.
And that's the beauty of derby. We've seen this harmony between offense and defense. We've got to maintain points, but we've also got to score points. How do we do that at the same time is the question.
Harmony, I like that. Well, here's an example of trying to score points here. Big Bad Wolf, lead jammer for the Fury. One of those jammers that just is like a locomotive, just keeps going. And Jenna drives the money with a pass to Black Eyed Bean. So both jammers in a clear here.
Big Rad will be pushing through that track, pulling it off right before Black Eyed Bean was able to enter the engagement zone, picking up 4 points in that process. In a lot of our athletes, you ask about their Monroe was playing beach volleyball this summer. So we have athletes on all fronts.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, to the period. Glen Coco finding some room on the outside as we are about to say, you go. Glen Coco coming around the back stretch now. Call coming from the bench to get the critic. Glen Coco trying to squeeze their way past the Bells blockers. Gets 2 points, but the Bells get 2 points as well. So our margin stays the same. 45 points. The lead for the Fury.
Quick math there, Spider. I am not a math person, but I got some math people with me, which is great. Our next round, we've got a little over 2 minutes left of this game. Intense game we've seen so far. We have Dom Draper back out on the track with Raspberry Jam. Dom trying to break through the seam in the middle, not finding success. We've got Raspberry, high line. Dom fighting through. Excellent job by Dom getting the lead jammer in status. Raspberry Jam still struggling. We've got some really, really strong Bells. Really strong Bells blockers there. One ending off of a penalty. We've got Dom and QB in the penalty box. Showing up here.
Nice kick down around the outside for Raspberry Jam on the power jam.
And we'll probably expect to see some offense here in the second. We're trying to go out Raspberry Jam. Raspberry going on the outside, then the inside. Third way on the track, scoring 4 points.
You said go on the outside or throwing on the outside? For the Raspberry Jam. Throw. It's okay.
Penalty box is empty. We've got a full team on each side. Back out there, Raspberry Jam. Here you have QB, Resistant, and Shakita grinding down into her edges. Don Draper re-entering the engagement zone, ready to face off against some Fury, meeting cornball with Flo, Bean, Bam, and Firecracker.
Nice effort there by Tom Draper. Really squeezing through the middle in the middle. This team for 4 points. Bells now on the page for Jam. I was out of the Fury. Close our scoreboard. And we close out our 2-minute full-time jam as such.
That was a really strong 2-minute jam. We don't see that often, a full 2-minute jam. So great to see that happening there, right there at the end. Probably a reason for it, but we saw strong perseverance from both jammers on that jam.
Always interesting, these truncated games, because once you have a lead, there's less time to make up ground. And so if you can milk the clock, even if you have to play the full 2 minutes, it really does help.
That is a good point. And Spider used to be a coach, so he's got all this coaching insight to let us know that this was a strategic pivot move.
So our time is run out. We're on the unofficial score. There was one time where I called the final score before we called official, and everybody ran on the track. So don't do that. Make sure you don't do that here. Also, don't come on the track. We're not allowed to do that. We gotta keep this bad boy pristine. I gotta say, while we're waiting for the score to come up, I love being able to come back to a roller rink, not just because of what it means for the sport and for the skating in general, but because skaters have to get used to a floor like this that's run so fast, and you really either have to dig in or change your whole style up. So you see teams playing a lot faster, jammers have to maneuver and slip in a little bit more, slipping it out, and in this game, that favored the Fury.
Yeah, it's funny you mention the floor, Spider, because that does make a difference in the game style of the player. So we have different wheels, and they all have different weights. So sometimes a skater might adjust their wheel weightness depending depending on how slick or how sticky the floor is. There's a lot of math and science involved in derby as well that you never really think about.
Chemistry, biology. Oh no, that's right, that's team togetherness. That's the whole thing.
Are those other sciences you know?
Are those others? Yeah. Well, the biology is making sure that you have some Pedialyte on game day so you don't get dehydrated. The chemistry is just making sure everybody gets along.
This is good. We like your chemistry for sure. So I think this does conclude our game 2. Our winners are the Fury. Woo! Give it up for the Fury. Maintaining position on the board. Great job to both teams. As we congratulate them, we will also be looking for MVPs from each team.
Crash, could you ask that question again? I heard a lot of quiet prayers in the audience.
Who's here to support the attackers? Our game 3 people.
And who wants to see a Fury repeat in our third game? We'll allow it.
We are still waiting for our MVP decision. We need a decision from the Fury to nominate a bell for MVP. Our MVPs have been decided. For our MVP for the bells, we have, drumroll please, Code Green. Woo! Congratulations to Code Green for playing an incredible game. This is her first full-team season back after giving birth this summer. Awesome job, Code Green. We love seeing you back on the track. And for the Fury, our MVP is Glenn Coco. Glenn Coco makes her own crafts, and it's got the best name, Hot Girl Crafts. And she's having a party to celebrate her Hot Girl Crafts. That's next Saturday, Sunday, the 22nd. Come and support Glenn Coco and her Hot Girl Crafts. She does knitting and crochet and things with her hands I can't do. So, way to go, both MVPs. Congratulations. We have your awards. Feel free to stand up. Woo! One more time for our MVPs, MT Fury and House Bells. MVP, do you want a picture? We want to memorize this moment. Go green from that. We are preparing for game 3. The attackers versus the Fury. And this time we'll see the Fury play twice. So we saw this maybe
bench a little bit differently, and I think we're going to see the Fury maybe play a couple of different channels and maybe go a little bit deeper into their rotation. But they won this one handily, and it's still 30 minutes, so it's a sprint more than a marathon. It'll be exciting to see, Crash.
Yes. Now, we have been here for, what, 2 hours-ish?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
And that's normally when my stomach starts to rumble. So I'm sure the same is true for you, right? We have a fabulous concession stand open for all of your desires, your satisfactions, some candy, some snacks, fruit roll-ups maybe. So go on over there, grab a bite to eat, a drink of a fresh Gatorade or some water, punch that thirst, punch that hunger at our concession stand.
For all the Michiganders in the crowd, they have Faygo. I know this is a big deal. They got Faygo at the concession stand. Yeah. No, for real, yeah. They also have a large size Sour Patch Kids. These are Southside snacks. I need y'all to understand that. So don't act like this is a regular thing. This is a new thing. Go hit the concession stand up while you got a chance. I see the line filling up now. It's going to be too late in a second.
There might not be any Sour Patch Kids left, so you gotta get them now.
Gotta get them now. Now! Go! Right now! You're all sitting down. Go! Now!
Some muscle.
Thanks, sir. We will see you in just a few minutes.
to game 3. Game 3, our final game of our November bout. We have the Fury, which we just saw, and then the Attackers. Attack! For our attackers, we have number 032, Val Felicia. Number 120, Brady Bones. Number 169, Peaches and Scream. Number 212, Disco Brawl. Number 222, Next Level. Number 224, Crash Nova. Number 303, Jen and Tonic. Number 305, Lightning McQueen. Number 410, Billy Hellish. Number 425, Dude Honey. Number 426, Jackie Jerkhart. Number 444, Lunatic Love God. Number 484, Gemini. Number 608, Catcher in the Night. Number 72, Beetle Bomb. Number 777, Pitbull Princess. Number 812, Lip Check. Number 88, Lydia Beats. Number 908, Pepper Slay. And number 97, Sour Punch. Woo! Well, for the skaters on the attackers, they are, of course, coached by Fox Sports, Oreo Slam Card, Jackie Jerkhart. Oh, Fox and Oreo. Well, we have a moment. I want to thank Julie Torres, Home Smart. Julie Torres, aka Pitbull Princess, out there playing right now, is the official realtor of the Windy City Rollers. Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Julie will help you skate into your new home with ease. Thank you, Julie Torres, Home Smart, for being one of our proud sponsors of Windy City Rollers. Now, this will be a really fun game to watch because the last time these two teams faced off was during the Ivy League Cup back in March. We saw a really, really intense game. It really came down to the last couple of minutes, like any good sporting event. We saw the attackers out there playing their heart away, and the Fury out there also playing their heart away. But the Fury grabbed the lead, winning the Ivy King Cup. So I expect we're going to have some revenge out there this season from the attackers. Some strong playing. This is going to be a really tight opponent. So going up one against another should be a really intense match. Should be a very strategic match, considering we only have that 30-minute time slot. We expect to see some strong jamming from both sides. We have our jammers for the attackers, Punch out there, Billy Hellish, against those Fury attackers who we saw. See how they bring a new mix to it. Are they going to use their speed? Are they going to use their force? Are they going to use those toe stops to work on the outside line? It's going to be a really interesting game. We should be almost ready to derby. Give it up for our attackers. And let's hear it for the Fury. We're going to have a great game for you guys for sure. We see that first lineup of Fury coming out there. We've got Amber 451 as our jammer, 1 Crash Nova out there as a blocker, Gemini as pivot, Pit, Bull, and Disco. Thank you so much. That whistle starts the game. We've got some strong defense right from the get-go. Punch going on that outside. Meeting up Animal. Animal playing some defense. Animal going through the middle. Finding some of his success. Getting a lead. That punch is right behind her. Punch. Smile on her face. Skating by. The pack is moving up. The pack is making it difficult for those jammers. Animal with a spin move. Getting 2 points. Clearing 2 blockers in the process. The attackers not picking up any in that first jam. Our jam 2 will see Big Bad Wolfie number 651 facing off against Duke Honey number 425 for the attackers. Duke Honey looking on the inside, beating the tripod by Kat and Annie. Big Bad Wolfie with facing off against Gemini and the attacker tripod. Flowing a little bit, but getting back up, getting lead in the process. Duke Honey skating around the track and picking up a ton of speed. Big Bad Wolfie calling it off, but was not able to pull it off before the attackers were able to score 3 points, putting the attackers on the board. We've got a score right now of 3-6. Starting off strong at Texas. The Fury is starting down 1 blocker. We have Bad Asset in the penalty box for a 30-second jam. Glenn Coco and Crash Nova trying to go up one against another. The pack got pushed back behind that starting point. Beezy facing off against Billy English. Billy English though, going right by. Old jammer, but Billy English with lead. Looks like Glenn Coco cut the track and is now in the penalty box for 30 seconds. Get out of the attackers of our jam. We're only doing this time. There we go, Billy Hellish with 4 points, using the margin to their advantage. Billy Hellish ready to enter that engagement zone again. Needing that Fury tripod. Getting pushed out on the inside line. Glenn Coco entering the pack from that penalty. Looking toward that outside line, however, inbound success. Glenn Coco putting that star back on the helmet. So sometimes teams will do this. They'll take off the star to maybe trick the other players to maybe say, hey, I think I'm going to pass it. Focus on someone else. Don't look at me right now. They'll pass it to the pivot. They'll maybe take it off. And we saw Glenn Coco do that for a little bit, but ultimately decided to put it back on. I was like, hey, I want the attention. We'll be starting jam 4 with Animal against 032 by Felicia. And this is by Felicia's first home team season with us on Lindy. We're so happy to have her, in addition to Gemini from the attackers as well. By Felicia scoring, getting a lead. Ooh, sorry. Felicia getting to the penalty box for a forearm. Giving Animal a power jam situation. Fury looks like they're set up to play maybe some offense. Animal taking the inside line and skating by, earning 4 points for her team. We've got a strong tripod setup. This tripod is made up of 2 butts and a brace. We've got our brace as Batty Bone Catcher and our butts as Beetle and Catcher in the thigh. Able to hold off a little bit and prevent the Fury from earning that full tripod built of Flo, Pinky, and Cat. Pushing by Felicia to the outside. Fury tripod remaining stable, did not have that lateral though on that outside, and so by Felicia snuck by. White Chamber called off the jam, permitted by Felicia from earning any more points in that round. We start jam 6. Jam 6, we will see Sour Punch facing off against Raspberry Jam. Sour Punch looking left, looking right, going through that middle. Finding that outside line. Excellent job by Sour Punch. Within 5 seconds, earning a lead for her team. Sour Punch, an amazing player, has quickly grown in talent. Only started in 2023. Raspberry Jam breaking out of their initial, ready to enter the pack, but did not give her time to score any points because there was a strategic call off there by Sour Punch. Now, jammers have to be thinking of a lot of things. You might be thinking their only job is to break through the pack, right? Get out of all those blockers. But instead, they also have to be thinking about maybe when to call it off. They might be looking for some offensive help if they need help. There's some communication that happens between the jammers and blockers that is useful for all players on the track. Communication is key. Animal taking that inside line, not having any success, looking to the outside, leading the strong attacker tripod. We do see Billy Hellish show his success, earning lead jam, skating around the track, ready to enter that engagement zone. Billy Hellish taking that outside line. Well, Animal is looking for the in, not finding it. Billy Hellish and almost made it out. Bell did hit the wall, decided to pull it off because that's how they're going to get through. Billy Hellish did pick up 4 points in that process. Our score right now is 19 for attackers, 24 for Fury. Closer game than we've seen for the other two. Sounds like we got some draftees out there that would be Becky Bones and Gemini. Out there without any additional support because the attacker penalty box is a little full right now. We've got Purple and Peaches and Scream in the box right now. However, looks like Abby is also going to the penalty box. Jam was called off with neither team earning points. Looks like there's some big disagreement on the chat. Well, that's happening. We've seen an amazing response. Some tight jammers. It seems like both teams have played pretty equally, which is nice to see, giving each team a strong advantage for scoring points. Now, getting these does not ultimately result in more points scored, but it does give you that ability to call off jams at your leisure. It looks like there is an official review on the track called by Fury. Is this an official review? It's just a timeout. I lied. Don't worry. Tyrion Manticore, Chiefs, Harry Jane, Ray Satan, Madison Wonderland, Leo Smackajones, Whiskey Throttle, Tyrion, Monty Brawl, Gigawatt, Salty Beach, Ryan, Tricky Pixie, Illinois, Labby, Shake and Bake, Elkie, Mother Mother, Chris Cross, and Iceberg. Thank you to all of our officials. During that time, we did see Animal get the jam against Doom Honey, calling it off very briefly. Fury was able to pick up an additional 4 points during that last jam, leaving attackers at the remaining score of 21. Our game right now is 21-28. This is a tight game, folks. Derby games aren't this closely matched because, as you know, or as you maybe seen or learned, points can quickly change. There could be a jammer out there that scores 16 points, totally affecting gameplay. So we might very maybe have a lead change in this game. We see Wolfie pushing hard against Crash Nova, eventually able to score a lead. We see a Star Pass, this very successful Star Pass. Crash Nova is now our jammer. Crash Nova ready to enter the engagement zone, looking to pick up some points, was successful, picking up 4 points. Wolfie is heading to the penalty box. It looks like for a forearm. Wolfie will serve a 30 seconds as soon as her butt hits the seat. Crash Nova using this advantage to pick up an additional 4 points for the attackers. And might I say, we have a lead change. Crash Nova working hard, leading that Fury tripod, going to that outside line, able to score 5 points, heading around the bend. It does look like there's a penalty, but this might not get Crash Nova. Crash Nova banking to the outside. Wolfie though, re-entering. And skating around the track like she wasn't even walking. Crash Nova getting stuck behind a strong Fury tripod, made up of Leo, 9000, Easy, and Pat. While Wolfie circles, Wolfie trying to make up the points that they may have lost while sitting in the penalty box. Crash Nova breaking free from that strong tripod I just talked about, earning 4 points for their team. Wolfie right behind though. Now, folks, you might be wondering, this was a full 2-minute jam. Yes, that is because Wolfie lost the, Wolfie was the jammer, lost it, meaning that ultimately we had to skate for 2 minutes. Meaning we saw an amazing derby there for 2 minutes, right, Bree? Yeah. And a lead change. Oh my gosh, look at that. Well, back to Fury. Thank you. Wow, I missed that. So, our score now is 40-37. Raspberry Jam out there facing up against. Facing up against By Felicia with the lead. By Felicia skating around, ready for that engagement zone, leading Van and Ash. Raspberry Jam heading to the penalty box. Raspberry sitting for 30 seconds. Well, By Felicia goes around the track. Fury was able to slightly reform and push By Felicia to the outside, making her recycle back. By Felicia heading to the penalty box right now. We're going to do a little jam entertainment. amazing job. We are athletes. We are strong. We are tired. Right, Felicia pushing down and outside line. Oh, and Florida pushed her out. Raspberry sat for 30 seconds and is entering the pack once again. Pushing on Gemini and Beetlebomb. And like I mentioned before, this was a full 2-minute jam because the jammer who had the lost lead. So we did a full 2 minute. And there was a lead change once again. Oh my goodness. Wow. Round of applause here. Our score right now is 41-40 at the half. The Attackers winning by 1 point. 1 point right now. We are going to do a quick change. Seats will be seat will be switched. Seats will be switched. What an absolutely amazing person out there. Can you believe it? No, we can't believe this. Did mention this. I did tell you all, so you should not be surprised that this is happening. We knew this was going to be an intense game, right? Because this is the former IKC champs facing up against their rivals. So we knew this was going to be a hot one. And it's feeling steamy in here. My cheeks are red. Have we gotten any snacks to fend off this hunger and rage we may be feeling? Snacks are all in positions here at any time. This is the perfect time to get it, right? I might say this is the first half. We did see some messy play. We might have seen a couple people fall down. We might have had some fusion. We did see have more especially during that last jam. So we expect to see some speeder playing in this second half. Maybe less penalties. We want people to stay safe. Ultimately, that's why penalties happen is they're doing something bad. And so, future gameplay should not bad things. This is our last 15 minutes of Derby. Last 15 minutes, let's hear it. Get people pumped. The second half has Animal facing off against Sour Punch. In that last time we saw them face off, Sour Punch got the lead. We were hoping to see if that will happen again. However, it looks like Animal has taken that lead away from Sour Punch. Animal racing around the track right now while Sour Punch is still trying to clear her initial. Flow Rider heading to the penalty box during that last period. Flow Rider is skating around. However, not going to be there to earn any points because Animal strategically called off that jam before she could get there. Animal picking up one additional point in that process, and I think we are tied. We are tied right now, folks. 41-41. We're restarting one Walker down, giving Duke Honey a slight advantage heading into this next jam. However, Wolfie is not defeated by that at all. Wolfie clearly breaking through, getting lead jammer in the process. Duke Honey escaping on that outside racing around the track. Do they try and maybe scoring some points before they stepped outside? And unfortunately did not get any. We saw that because we quickly got lead. The Fury quickly got lead in that process and called off the jam before attackers were able to score any points. Our jam 3 of period 2 started with Coco and Crash, or Billy Hellish, excuse me. Crash Nova, I'm sorry, Glenn Coco is the lead right now. And Billy Hellish this is Glenn Coco in power jam situation for the Fury. And Coco facing off against a very strong attacker tripod. Her teammates coming in to try to get it on that center in there, but unfortunately was unsuccessful. That attacker tripod was too strong. Therefore, Fury had to call off the jam early. We have it looks like there is a timeout by officials on the track right now. No game. Although it looks like the players are having fun. Team timeout. For the attackers. Attackers sounds like they want to collaborate and get together, group up, think through the next couple of plays to regain that lead. But Fury is barely ahead right now with 48-41, with about 12 minutes left of the game. Still a lot of game time here. As we know, if you are a sports fan, most of the game happens within those last couple of minutes. Very rarely, though, in roller derby do we ever see overtime. One of my favorite games ever actually almost had an overtime. Oh, Elkie is saying that she is notorious for overtime jams. So we might see one here. She's jinxing us. She's had 3. Well, you've done a lot of derby, though. Okay, we have Animal facing off, going on that outside line, up and Animal does not have an opposing jam on the track with her right now. Because Billy Hellish is full of the box. The attacker blockers gave her an awful run for her money, though, during that process, eating up some of Billy Hellish's penalty time. Billy Hellish entering the engagement zone, finding the Fury tripod with Annie, Easy, and Kat. Animal going around scoring 4 points, while Billy Hellish goes with it outside line on her toe stops. Skating by, excellent job, Billy Hellish. Billy clearing her initial, not scoring any points during that time. Ready to score points. However, Animal called that off. We'd like to see some more points. We've got one attacker in the penalty box, giving Wolfie a slight advantage, finding that tripod, breaking through on that scene. We've got Guy Felicia right behind her. No, Guy Felicia penalty. It is now headed to the penalty box for the American Wolfie, though, is and skating nonstop like a champion. Scores 4 points on the Fury is looking to pick up another 4 points. You might be wondering, if someone is in the penalty box, do you still earn a point? Yes. Yes, you do. Wolfie is skating around, picking up 4 points. This is still a power jam situation for the Fury. We've got a strong tripod made up of Gemini, Daddy Jones, and Beaverfly. Wolfie is still going around though. We see what the Fury has done is a strategic move called grabbing a goat. So it looks like the flip check here is our goat, which is not helping the attackers score any points because they were unable to use that blocker to their advantage. It looks like what happened. I'm catching up now. Thank you for my assistance. It looks like Felicia got ejected from the game due to too many penalties. Remember, I said that people can only get 4 penalties in a game? Why Felicia ended up getting those 4 penalties and is now ejected from the game? Okay, and because she was ejected in that game, the jam continued. So we'll use that to our advantage to score some additional points for Fury using that entire 2-minute timer. In addition to by Felicia, it also sounds like Daddy Bones has been ejected from the game due to penalties as well. That is 2 attackers removed from the game due to penalties. This is going to create a very interesting dynamic as Fury was able to use that 2 minutes and really pick up a massive amount of points. We currently have a 77-41 game. I wasn't counting, but that had to have at least been a 16-point jam, maybe. We saw by Felicia on the track as a jammer. This is going to mean that attackers are going to maybe pivot some people around. And I'm sorry, I'm learning new skills. They fouled out, which is different than being ejected. Ejected is like, oh, you did something very, very egregious. You're out of here. They did not do that. They just got 4 penalties, so they fouled out. Similar to baseball, I think, when you strike out, but now you foul out.
You still put that.
Jam 6 happening now. We've got Sour Punch and Raspberry Jam. Sour Punch looking strong. Raspberry Jam getting the lead. Raspberry Jam going around the track. Sour Punch had a very successful start pass to Luna to Love Guy. The period. Luna unable to get to the engagement zone in time before Raspberry Jam was able to call off that jam, leaving our score right now to 81-41. Our next jam circle do coming in Animal. Animal has been out there a bunch so far. Picking up lead jammer. Knocking, maybe, shaking, not sure. Animal is redirecting through that tripod of a to take advantage of one less blocker on the track, clearing their initial, ready to start scoring points. Animal No says no, not today. No points. So that game changed really fast. We had a very tight game there for a second. And with that foul out, that gave that big advantage. So Derby does that. Derby has those 16-point jams like I was talking about, totally altering the game and the dynamic. And penalties really have a big factor into that. In Jam ABC, will be facing off against Billy Hellish. Billy Hellish from the track. Will be entering that game on that outside line, pulling off the jam, bringing the points before their counterpart can get there. There is an official review called by Blue, by the attackers. Official reviews are conducted by the coach, Fox Sports, and captain, Disco Brawl, for the attackers. As his head during this time, players can use this to their advantage to shake off any nerves, maybe dance around a little bit. I want to see your best moves. We've got some transition. Oh, is this a worm? A standing up worm? No way! On the toe stops too! Sour Punch, killing it! Oh, wow. With a beautiful fall there at the end. Woo! Give it up for Sour Punch, folks! Yes, a gymnast! Sour Punch does love sour snacks, in case you were wondering. I think she lives off of sour candy. That is what is fueling her right now to do the moonwalk with her arms. And so if you ever wanted to gift things to Sour Punch, she loves crafts, candles, cat toys, and, of course, sour candies. Looks like the official review is still under conduction, even though the players are ready to play. Some debate, politicking, you might say. So, recapping that official review. I will recap it after we start this jam. I have to leave you in intense anticipation. We will start this jam off with Sour Punch, only as Blue Jammer. This is because attackers in that official review called for a forearm against White Jammer. They ultimately, the officials decided that was true, meaning that Wolfie has to serve a penalty for that forearm against Blue 44. Wolfie is sitting a full 30 seconds, allowing the Sour Punch lots of time to earn back those points for the attackers. This is a big moment for the attackers, people. Sour Punch picking up points in that process, meeting though a hard theory wall made up of Killer Queen, Cat, Flo, and Easy. While Wolfie though is facing off against her own tripod, made up of Gemini, Crash Nova, and Pickle Princess. Gemini holding
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Amazing job inside of shooting many points for her team. We love to see it. We've got Doom Honey and Animal back out on the track. Animal doing that classic defensive push from outside. We've seen this a bunch, folks. We've got to learn from it. Animal looks like they're wasting time. Animal playing another tricky move right now. Our jammers are facing off. Animal is falling because they're playing jokes. Flow Rider back entering the track after serving her penalty. Animal is playing games. Re-enters the track. Duke Honey right behind. Duke Honey going on that inside, trying to get inside game by Demanda Bean. Duke Honey sending it out. Falling, having to recycle back. Animal going around the track. Looks like a jammer. Not scored any points yet. Duke Honey breaks free of their initial. Speeding around with a smile on their face. Ready to start scoring. Here we go. So close, but no cigar. We've got 2 picked up for White for Fury, leaving our score at 95-49 with less than 2 minutes left of play. 2 minutes left of play for the final game of our first 14 game. Our score is 95-49. It sounds like there is an official review. This official review is called by the Fury. This official review is called by the Fury. Then Coco is stepping up to be captain right now because Flow Rider has fouled out. Flow Rider is normally the captain. Flow Rider is normally the captain of the Fury, but due to the foul out, can no longer participate in the game. And so Glenn Coco is stepping up as her role as captain. This is Glenn Coco's first year being a captain. We love leadership positions, growing and learning as leaders together. Who's here for the attackers? Let's hear it. And who's here for the Fury? Woo! Love the excitement and the noise. Excellent. I want to thank our sponsors, the Anderson team. Anderson Financial is the perfect source for all your real estate financial needs. They make the process smooth and easy, along with having the best rates. Thank you so much, Anderson team, for helping support Windy City Rollers. We truly appreciate it. I also want to thank Rambo Inspection Services. Rambo make buying a home can be one of the most exciting but important decisions of your life. Choosing the right home inspector is one of the first steps in getting a breakdown of the property. Rambo Inspections will inspect the home from top to bottom. You will gain peace of mind knowing that you have a sound investment with Rambo Inspections. Big thank you to Rambo Inspections for being a proud sponsor of Windy City Rollers. We're going to start Jam 11 with 2 blocks. I think they're demanding. Lily Holmes did a great job of picking up 4 points and earning clean jammer during that process. Ultimately, the officials did decide that they would get 1 point for it. 2 points. Shane decided 2 points. All up to the jammer people. And what jam refs are looking for is if the jammer passed a player's hips. They're looking at their hips. They're not looking at their skills or their head or their arm. They want to see if the jammer passed another player's hips. We have Sour Punch out there. Raspberry Jam lead, but Sour Punch right behind her. Sour Punch speeding so fast. Beating maybe Raspberry Jam. We do see the pack racing forward to points. Raspberry Jam entering. So does Sour Punch. I think both teams doing one in that race and none for amazing job to both teams. That was a great way to start the home team season. How do we feel? Woo! Amazing job to all of our players, all of our volunteers, everyone who helped support us. I am looking for 2 MVPs. In addition to MVPs from each team, we are also having an MVSO, an official VIP for the officials, and a VIP for the NSO. Skating official and non-skating official MVP, which will be nominated by Ella, our lead official person. Ella will tell me the skating official and MVP and non-skating official. And our skating official, I think this is this their first time as a skating official? Oh my goodness. Our skating official MVP is none other than Ice Birds. Woo! Ice, you have won the fabulous pin that Levy is holding up for me. Thank you so much for being our skating official. And then our MVP or our non-skating official is Gigawatt. Gigawatt. Woo! Gigawatt, you got this pin. Yay! Amazing job. Thank you so much to our skating officials and non-skating officials for being here. Again, we cannot have a game without our officials. They mean so much to us. And if you want to carry over this party, because we're having such a fun time, our party will be at Reggie's Rock Club. This is at 2105 South State Street. It's our official after party. You can take the Reggie bus to there. And it's on the rooftop. So enjoy the lovely weather. Be and celebrate with your fans and your people at Reggie's. That is where the after party will be. I will see you there. In addition to that, we want to give a huge thank you shout out to Joe Plum. A special thank you to Joe. He's our Ovaltine lead. Joe has helped us get our derby track set up over Chicagoland, and the rink marks his 15th venue. Joe has been with us for so long that he's helped us at 15 different venues. to honor your 15th venue setup. Joe, you get to pickle.